Welcome back. There is a new place now to get some good grub on Long Island, and it's from a source you may not have expected. Take a look at what's cooking in Old Bethpage in Nassau County. You can almost taste the hot dogs and French fries being served up lovingly by the dedicated staff inside Terry's Cafe. For several years, the trained cooks have been preparing breakfast and lunch for the staff inside the headquarters of the Group Free in Nassau County. It's a nonprofit agency that helps thousands of developmentally disabled Long Islanders. But now these culinary artists are going public.
We're having the proper equipment put in, phone lines, direct lines to the cafe, direct lines to email service where people can actually place orders.
Chef Bill Harold has long experience creating tasty dishes.
I went to Johnson & Wales for culinary arts, and I've been cooking for 30 years.
Chef Harold has already trained several other cooks, and they're all being paid for their hard work in the newly renovated kitchen.
Some people like bacon, some people don't like bacon. They want extra cheese. That's me that they see when they want something special on their burgers or their sandwiches.
Customers will be able to download a menu featuring meals for less than $5. Terry's Cafe already has one public customer. They're selling sandwich wraps and these chocolate chip cookies to folks who stop into the new Welcome Center just east of Exit 51 on the Long Island Expressway.
It's a great way for them to develop and enhance their skills and get their product out there. I think it's wonderful.
Cafe managers say that's the point.
Our main focus is independence. The men and women that we serve, if they can get a job anywhere.
And no doubt they will, since inspectors from the Nassau County Department of Health have just given them a perfect score. And joining us now are some of the folks overseeing Terry's Cafe and other unique programs that are run by the Free organization, that's Family Residences and Essential Enterprises. They are Greg Varro and Andrew Cohen. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
So let me ask you right off the bat, Greg, how's it going at Terry's Cafe?
It's going great. A lot of people saw your report. Thank you.
It's our pleasure.
The expansion that we've taken on this year is just going great. The fact that our staff, Sue Narbit is our manager, and she works with our staff every day on cleanliness, quality of the food, rules and regulations, and that's the thing that's really brought us to being able to serve the outside community.
Like a business.
Absolutely.
And you know, what I was impressed by is you get a 100% score from that. That's not an easy thing to obtain from a county department of health. Talk about the emphasis that was put on making sure you got that kind of grade.
Well, what our businesses, all of our affirmative businesses, provide our men and women with an opportunity to have more independence. So not only does it give them experience and you know, technical expertise at what they're doing, but we want them to be able to take that and go anywhere with it.
You know, one of the things I was impressed by is that, you know, the chef there you talked about had previous experience, 30 years, I think he said, in the industry, and he was trained at some very respected culinary institute. Andrew, you're kind of oversee the training of people for getting jobs, something people never really realized is a changing horizon for folks in the developmentally disabled world. They're getting skills and getting jobs. Talk about that and what you're doing over there.
They absolutely are, and New York State has really put a big push. It's an employment-first state now. So as people...
What does that mean to be an employment-first state?
It means now when individuals are, for example, in high school, really the focus is on employment, rather than coming out and just getting, say, for example, a residential placement or a day hab placement. New York State wants people to work. And when individuals work, they feel like they're meaningful and productive members of society. They're earning a paycheck. And
like anybody else.
Like anybody else.
Right.
And, you know, the pride that they take, you know, when they're receiving their pay and, you know, they're able to go out and, you know, obviously spend their money, put some money back in the economy is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and I mean, I think there used to be a sense, and I don't know if it was us having the wrong perception in the media or just people in general, that a lot of these things that were being done in past decades, you get the sense it was just a feel-good thing to make the families and the individuals feel like this mattered, and it never actually led to them getting a job, and they wound up in homes anyway. And that whole thing, that whole world's being transformed now, right? Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And the jobs, too, are meaningful. It's not just a greeter, say, for example, in a retail store. We train individuals all across. For example, we train individuals in automotive repair. We have business training, so individuals are trained in, for example, Microsoft Office applications. So they come out, they're getting jobs in law firms as clerks and Oh, yes. You know, I was watching a show last week in which was an autistic person who's a perfectionist. And they were talking about how their boss loves them because they are a perfectionist. And so you realize that, you know, with things that are often perceived negatively, there are positives that come out of that as well. Speak about that a little bit.
These men and women, there's been surveys done, and the people who hire them say they are among the best employees because they take their job so seriously. And
I could see that.
Absolutely. And they enjoy it, and they're very responsible, and you know, people generally will come back and say, I wish I had another 10 like them.
So how is that changing perceptions amongst employers that you reach out to?
Once employers hire one individual that we train, we're usually the go-to when there's another vacancy in their company, which is great. They find that our individuals who we place are very reliable. They show up in any type of weather situation, usually early, and they stay, they're dedicated, and they really care about their jobs.
Well, talk about what FREE is, because I don't think everybody always knows what FREE stands for. I told you, Family Residences and Essential Enterprises, but it's a pretty big organization. Who are you serving and where?
It's a large organization. We provide services to about 4,000 individuals with disabilities. That involves group homes, day services, respite services, and of course an hour division where we provide employment services and placement and running our businesses.
Well, that gives you a sense of the scope of it, and I'm getting hungry again here, guys. I'm sorry about this. Now, those fries were delicious. Tell June I really enjoyed that because she went the extra mile for that. Did you get the phone line into the kitchen where people can call in and the email set up? Tell me about it.
Yes, our direct line is 516-870-7070.
Pretty easy to remember. 516
870-7070.
Lots of sevens, yeah.
Yes. And
the email too is set
yes,
up?
our email is terryscafe@familyres.org. And by the way, we go live Monday on grubhub.com, so people can also order directly through
What date?
Grubhub.
Monday?
Monday.
Whatever the next Monday.
Whatever the next Monday.
14th.
Right.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, that's cool, and being featured on Grubhub is a big thing. And now what about this idea that people can call up and it'll be delivered to them? I can't imagine you doing that over a wide radius. Who would that be able to be enjoyed by?
Generally within a 2-mile radius.
Huh.
As we, just like anything else, as we grow, I'm sure that can change.
That could change, but basically you're talking about Farmingdale, Plainview, Bethpage area. Yeah, well, that's really impressive. And so we have time to order lunch? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. I might get here tomorrow, but we can, we're in the city, but...
Well, we really appreciate everything you've done over there. Say hello to the folks. They were a delight.
Thank you.
And I know the families are so proud of their relatives and seeing them go out and do things that they always knew they could do, and they're opening our eyes to it. So we want to thank you guys. Greg Varro, Andrew Cohen with FREE, Family Residences and Essential Enterprises in Old Bethpage. Thank you so much for stopping in.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Richard. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and we got to get some of that grub. We'll be right back.